Nobody fights the narcissist corner better than a love-bombed new supply. When it comes to narcissistic individuals, they are very apt at manipulating their new supplies to take their side, to take the narcissist side, to enable the narcissist and their smear campaigns and their vendettas against former supplies. There are several reasons why a narcissist new supply might do this, and it's all due to the narcissist manipulation. Now, when it comes to a narcissist and their new supply, this can be the narcissist parent, the narcissist child, the narcissist friend, the narcissist partner, the narcissist co-worker. They look to gain people on the side, and then they weaponize those people against those who the narcissist believes has crossed them in some way by not providing the narcissist with what they need, by setting a boundary, by calling the narcissist out. They get very offended when somebody calls them out on their behaviour. They don't like this. They quickly devalue, discard, pick up a new supply, play the victim, and if at all possible, get that new supply on side to attack the person who dared to stand up to them. And you'll often notice people tend to be very passionate in defending the narcissist. And if you've been with a narcissistic individual, you might have spent quite some time defending them and not believing how horrifically, or finding it unbelievable, how horrifically somebody could treat them, and really taking a disliking to the narcissist of supply due to the lies that the narcissist fed you. And they're so convincing in the lies that they tell, you can't help but believe them at the time. You'll often notice with a victim, because they're full of self-doubt, they're not very convincing because they're doubting themselves. They're trying to figure it out in their own head. With a narcissistic individual, they're gaslighting you so that they can get their needs met by you. Narcissists use a ton of manipulation and deception. Narcissists are highly skilled at presenting themselves as the victim to their former supplies and making out that their former supply is the villain. Their children don't appreciate them. Their children's other parent won't allow them to see them, which can be true in some cases, depending how horrific the narcissist is. The parents were never there for them. And we can have parents that weren't there for us. Narcissists use this to their advantage to exploit others. They manipulate their new sources of supply by distorting the truth and painting a one-sided narrative that garners that sympathy and support. And they go all out to make sure that you're not speaking to the old supply so that you can't find out the truth. So you've only got that one-sided story. Narcissists use a ton of love bombing and idolization. During the initial stages of a relationship, the narcissist will overwhelm the new supply with that intense affection and attention and support. The love bombing creates those strong emotional bonds, and the new supply is then more likely to believe and support the narcissist's perspective on things. The new supply can then sort of have that eagerness to please, they're keen to please, the desire to please. The new supply often wants to maintain that positive attention and validation that they're receiving from the narcissist. And why wouldn't you? Because it is incredibly nice at the time when you're living it. By siding with the narcissist and participating in the narcissist smear campaign, they're hoping to keep the narcissist's approval and sometimes avoid becoming the target themselves. There's people who have been a supply to a narcissist for a very long time, but they recognize what happens when anyone dares stand up to them, so they simply daren't stand up to them because they don't want to become the scapegoat. There's that sort of dependency and isolation. Narcissistic individuals frequently isolate their supply from friends and family, making them more dependent on the narcissist for emotional and social support. The isolation makes it harder for the new supply to gain that objective perspective on the entirety of the situation. Fear of repercussions. The new supply can often fear the consequences of not siding with the narcissist. They might have tried to sort of say, oh, hang on a minute, and the narcissist has fallen silent on them or threatened them or intimidated them, to which point they sort of begin to see that something's not right, but the fear of what might happen if they dare to stand up to the narcissist, they worry that if they question the narcissist version of events any further, the narcissist then turns into the victim and accuses them of not being there for them, not caring about them, not loving them. The narcissist weaponizes everything and twists it and turns it to their advantage. So you can often fear becoming the next target of the narcissist. You can also have that, and the new supply can have that sort of belief in the narcissist's charisma. They are some of the most charming people you could ever meet, and you cannot help but take a liking to them. They can make you laugh. Yes, they can make you cry, but when they want something from you, they can make you laugh. And they can so easily paint the other person out as the problem. And more often than not, the person who is being emotionally abused is acting emotionally unstable. Therefore, the genuine victim looks like they're the issue, while the narcissist claims that they're innocent and they're the victim of the victim. Narcissists have that charismatic and that convincing demeanour. It's usually their arrogance that we mistake for confidence. The new supply, which we can evolve of being, are often genuinely taken in by the narcissist's charm and seemingly genuine nature, genuine character. The more inclined we are, and the more inclined the new supply is to believe the narcissist's version of events. There's also that lack of information. Typically, when we were the new supply, we only heard one side of the story. And you're not allowed to speak to the other person. That would offend the narcissist incredibly, and they'd be oh so hurt and upset. And the new supply is only hearing one side of the story, without hearing from their former supply's perspective to understand the full context of the situation. Meaning we're more likely, and the new supplies are more likely to accept the narcissist's accusations as truth. The new supplies support the narcissist just like the old supplies did, just like we might once have supported the narcissist. It's difficult to imagine that anyone could behave in the manners that narcissistic people do, especially when we simply lack the knowledge, we lack the awareness. We don't understand that people can be this cruel and calculated, at least not to us. We can often think that it's something that happens in the movies. It's a very rare occurrence. So when it does happen, we don't always see it. You're often blindsided until you're out of it. And when you're out of it and you can see who they are and what they do, you can often look at other people in similar situations and think, why can't you see? You're protecting them, you're enabling them. And they can't see because the narcissist is charming them. The narcissist is being kind to them. The narcissist is playing the role of the victim so that they can get the sympathetic attention and avoid the consequences for their actions. Only they do see eventually, just like we had to see, when the narcissist suddenly and abruptly moves on to a new source of supply, and that supply and the narcissist turn against you. And your name's been dragged through the mud. You're being slandered. You've been left isolated. You've got to rebuild from scratch. And that happens to most supplies of a narcissist. They see eventually you cannot make people see what they don't want to hear. And you can't make people hear what they don't want to see. These sort of factors create a powerful dynamic where the narcissist's new supply becomes an unwitting ally in the narcissist's campaign against any old supplies. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers, and your continuous support with the channel is greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon: 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People If You Cannot Get No Contact, a Narcissist Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, how to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries, and the hilarious and horrifying memes and their meanings of narcissistic behaviour. They'll be in the description also if you'd like to go and check those out. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.